What's up, everyone? It's your Trainer Dale. In this video for you, I have my Time Thief deck profile for the Genesys format. A take two, if you will, because my first upload, thank you to everyone who watched that one, I misread Forbidden Droplets. I thought it was 5 points, but I was Chalice. And yeah, my numbers were wrong. So to make up for that, I did build a side deck for this one, and it is 100 points as of today. Unless they update, because I know they did just update like the day after they showed off the Genesys format with points and stuff. So, you know, happens, it happens. It'll be fun again to deck build. I just want to reiterate, I think it's fun to have more creativity with the limits of the points and everything. I'm also thinking of like 0-point decks to build and everything. But yeah, we'll just go to Time Thieves. It'll be not so slow because you've seen all these cards before. Time Thief Winder, the Stratos of the deck. To start things off, just playing 3. I do like playing pure, and I feel like that's what this format kind of wants to do too. Wants to just play decks in the purest of form, not the purest of forms, but more pure. Time Thief Adjuster, which is the Foolish Burial, but it can also an extender, can special summon itself when you summon another Time Thief. The Rescue Rabbit of the deck, we always say this, Time Thief Regulator. Pretty cool, pretty good card. Like, and seeing any of those in the opening hand is pretty good as long as you have another Time Thief in a sense. And then for the other machines, we got Bezel Ship, we got Chronocoder, and we got Temper Wall. So these 3 right here to also go in with the Time Thieves, all of them. I just like to have them all, like I said, more pure. And bringing this thing back, 3 Dark Honest. I think it's funny, especially if I go against a deck with Floodgates or something where I can't really special summon big monsters or go into my extra deck. Just Dark Honest is funny for me. Playing Gold Gadget. I used to play this back in the 2020 era of Time Thieves. It was just easy to summon this and then summon a machine type monster to go into a quick rank 4. So bringing that back for this deck. But if you guys have any, I know a lot of people like the Raid Raptors and stuff like that. What's the other deck? The Barrel, the Dragon stuff, but Silver Gadget. But I get a little love. Feels again more Doctor Who-ish. Also Yugioh played these, so I like them. Going with the 3 Ash Blossoms. I've been debating on cutting one out, and that would open up some points and everything, but I think it's still fine. Ghost Ogre. This being at 5 points is really cool. I hope it stays there. I think it's just one of the fair cards. And Valor, I wish Valor was 5, but I get it. 7 points, 3 Valors. This deck is very similar to a deck I just play anyways, so I think that's also very funny. That's 30 monsters. 30 monsters when I thought about it, I was like, dang, crazy. 2 Time Thief Startups. Special summon or do any extending. 1 Time Thief Hack to just protect my Xyz monsters when they're summoned. And, you know, sometimes we can just attack directly with Redoer and stuff. The 1 droplet, just 1 for now. It's still pretty cool, especially if we want to get stuff off the board. And, you know, I still think it's pretty cool. Another negate and stuff. Ready Fusion, because as I said before in the first video I did of this, Instant Fusion is 100 points, and I don't need an effect monster to fusion or use it for. So Ready Fusion is perfect, a perfect replacement for me. And Double or Nothing to try to get that OTK in. Got Time Thief Retrograde to stop spells and traps while we have a Time Thief monster. Time Thief Power Reserve to even bring one out and have that trap card for Redoer to spin something back on top of the deck. Fly back to grab something from the deck we might need, and then steal from our opponent's graveyard in a sense. And the Phantom Knights of Shade Brigandine. It's cool for turn 1, obviously. That's why we play less traps to help do some rank 4 shenanigans. Then for the extra deck, gonna play 2 Time Thief Redoers. I'm also debating on powering, like getting 1 more for fun, but I think 2 is the nice number. Then 1 Perpetua, which can help out Redoer and do some funny stuff. Time Thief Double Barrel, which I never summon, and it's just here because it is a Time Thief card, and like I said, I like to play it more pure and everything. Cowboy for game. Cowboy, definitely fun card. One of my favorite Xyz monsters. Probably my favorite Xyz monster until Time Thief Redoer showed up. And then Exciton Knight, which I'm surprised doesn't have any points, but it's cool. The Board Breaker. Tornado Dragon. Happy that these generic ones don't have points, but like Baguska, I understand, 100 points. Abyss Dweller, 100 points, crazy. Utopia Double, Utopia for the Utopia package, and Utopia the Lightning, because sometimes we just draw into the brick of double or nothing. So better to have all these than not have them. And then Raiders Knight, 2 of these, because it can help facilitate some OTKs in a sense, or just strong board with Arc Rebellion Dragon. Not a strong, crazy board, but just advantage. Like, you know, sometimes it just gets people out of nowhere. So I like to have 2 of them. And then the 1 Darkfire Dragon, which is already fusion target. So, and then like I said, I have a side deck ready to go. And we got 3 DD Crows. Happy that this is at 0 points. I think a lot of decks can use this in their side deck. So pretty cool. And I'm happy that I believe they also got reprinted in one of the Rarity collections or something, or Stampede. So one of those ones. So fairly abundant amount of these cards for your side deck. The main deck is 91 points. So I was debating. I took out Dark Hole from my first build, and I was going to run 3 Dark Holes, 2 in the extra deck. But I just took out the Dark Holes, put in the Forbidden Droplet, like kept that 1 in instead of Dark Hole. And I decided to put in 3 Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood, which are 3 points each. So I think that works better because I don't need to blow up the board most of the time. I have Exciton Knight for that. I want to OTK with Utopia the double, and you need your opponent to have monsters. So I was like, you know what, game 3, it could be helpful for a game 3. Really, again, happy that these ones are 0. Dark Ruler, no more. 3 of those. And then 3 of Twin Twisters for back row removal stuff, just in case. And last, definitely not least, 3 Galaxy Cyclones. Some stuff in the back row you want banished. So, you know, against like, I don't know if we're gonna go against Eldritch or whatever, or anything that if it goes in the grave, it's better for them. So we have Cyclone or Cosmic Cyclone for those matchups. So yeah, I'm again very excited for this format and bringing decks that I enjoy and have fun. I live in SoCal. The first, I believe, YCS or whatever, where they're gonna have support for this is here in Anaheim. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. It was very last minute. I didn't know this was all going to get shaken up, but I'm excited for this. I'm excited to build decks and play against my friends. We will try to get some videos on the channel. We've all just been busy with life and everything. But I thank you guys so much for the support and watching my videos. Again, thank you so much for watching. All right, peace.